Hello everyone, or anyone, I hope you're safe and well. My name's Tom and this is Wrist Watch This Space. Today I'm going to review the Orient Kamasu, and this is obviously the red dialed version. You can get a couple of other versions of it, green, black, blue, and I think there's a blue and gold one or a black and gold one possibly. This is my first automatic watch. I haven't got calipers, but it's at sort of 41mm, which is probably on the smaller side of dive watches that you can get. I've got quite a small wrist, so I felt like this would be quite a wise purchase for me. It's 13mm in depth. The glass is sapphire crystal, which is completely flat. So the 13mm is to the coin-edged bezel there. So it's a little bit thicker than I was used to wearing, with it being an automatic watch. Obviously there's a few more movements in there than a quartz, so that takes up a bit of space inside the case. 13mm seemed a little bit chunky when I first got it, but I'm very much used to that now. The crown is a screw down crown. The movement is F6922 in-house Orient movement, which is hacking and hand winding. Crown guards, as it's a dive watch. It's got 200 meters of water resistance, and I think it's a smart watch. The red dial is definitely striking, and the main reason why I chose this watch. The bezel is, as I say, it's coin edged. It's got minute marks all the way around. It's got a loomed pip at the top, and it unfortunately does not line up. So it's got a great action, you can hear that, and with it having the coined edge, it's easy to manipulate. So you can see when it gets close to the top, at the top there, it's lined up, but the 30 is not. So one more click, lines the 30 up, but not the top. So that's just the look of the draw, really. I tend to wear mine sort of between clicks, and it doesn't really go anywhere. But that's not ideal. But a minor issue at that. And as I say, it's a look of the draw. So if you were to buy one of these watches, chances are yours might line up. It might not. I don't really know. The case itself is polished on the edges and brushed on the top. Mine's got a few bumps and bruises. I've worn this quite a lot. I've had it for probably 6 months now. And the case is in really good nick, but there are a few marks on there. That just comes with the high polish, I think. Really, it's quite susceptible to marks and scratches. The lug to lug distance, is 45mm, so that's quite small, and the lugs are really rounded, so that just makes it that extra little bit more comfortable, really. I've had a small issue with other watches having quite sharp lugs there, and they tend to dig in on your wrist if you've got quite thin wrists like mine. The lug width is 22mm, so this is a 22 standard bracelet that came with it, oyster style. Safety clasp and 2-button push release. Clasp is good, secure, strong fastening. Bumps and bruises, I may have taken a tumble wearing this one. The Orient branding is pressed into the steel there. It's not just printed on, pressed in, which is quite nice. I do find it a little bit heavy on this bracelet though. That's my own personal preference. I don't know the weight of it, I'm afraid, but it's just it's a feel thing more than a figure, I would say. I have bought other straps for it, and well, I'll show you them. I've got a leather black and red one, a suede grey NATO, a red and yellow NATO, and recently bought a Seiko Jubilee to go on it, which has made a huge difference. I'll show you those at the end so you don't have to watch me fiddling, taking them on and taking them off. The dial is really vibrant and bright, especially in sunlight, but just to make the point, in low light or dark conditions, it can just appear black. So just, be aware of that if, I don't know, if you're looking to buy one of these watches. The hands are loomed, and including the second hand is loomed too. The indices are all applied with Orient branding and the word automatic underneath there, that's printed on. Water resist 20 bar, so it's 200 meters of water resist. And it's a fantastic looking watch. There it is on my 6¼ inch wrist, and I don't think it looks out of place. It's a good fit for smaller wrists. One thing I'll mention about the clasp, I've got that upside down. As you can see, the pressed branding reads upside down as you would look at it. That's because I've flipped it round for a little bit more of a comfortable fit. And this is maybe something you could try. So you see how that part of the clasp presses along the wrist, as opposed to coming around the edge of the wrist there, which sometimes makes a link sort of protrude out. So that's a little tip to try. See what you think of that, let me know. Alright, there it is on the grey suede NATO strap. I'm a bit undecided about NATOs on dive watches, to be honest. I got it because I found it a little bit heavy on the metal bracelet that it came on, and whether the grey goes with the red, I don't really know. There's another option on a black and red leather strap. It's a pretty good match actually. The red is probably a little bit lighter than the dial is, but in some lights, as I say, that dial does get really bright. So here it is on a different NATO, red and yellow. It's quite dark, more towards a sort of mustardy tone rather than the yellow. It's comfortable, it's light, it's a tribute to the Washington Redskins. I'm a big American football fan, so this is a little bit more of a novelty, to be honest, than a daily wearing option. There it is on a Jubilee. It is a Seiko Jubilee strap, which obviously doesn't match, but because Seiko own Orient, I can deal with it. I'm wearing that the right way around because it's comfortable enough. The center link doesn't match up with the end link, I know, but the reason is the end link is from the Orient and it's more secure than the one that came with the Jubilee, so I've had to sacrifice that a little bit of compromise there, so it rattles around a little bit more, but it's comfortable and secure and lightweight. I like the Jubilee a lot. Let me know your thoughts, which you think it looks best on. If you're interested in getting one of these watches, I recommend them. I think they're brilliant watches, and for the price, for £200, well, less than, I think it's a great watch. It's got a really good spec, and I think it's spot on. I think it's very cool. There you have it. Thanks for watching the review. Please do get in touch, send me some comments, give me some tips, and till next time, take care.